That was a league game, fellas. That's what it and gals. Tough. It would have been easy for our guys. We're up 10 early in the game. We played well at home, and it's human nature to think, hey, we're going to be okay, and you're feeling good. But to credit Stanford, they got back in there and took the lead in the halftime, and Miles wasn't at his best after coming off a 35-point game their place. And they went up 5 that second half, and our guys really showed. Our defense second half was tremendous. Holding that team to 59 overall, I think 32 from the field and 18 or something from 3 in the second half was just a tremendous effort on our part. Really, I can't imagine anyone's held under 59 this year. It was a hard-fought game, and that's what to be honest, I've seen teams like this late in the season. You've had a good home record, and then someone like that. It's hard to come back from those sometimes, and our guys did, and then some.
Coach, you mentioned maybe not Miles' best, but it still kind of seems like when you needed him, he was there. He had that 8-0 run on his own, had a couple of the dishes to Andre. What does it say about a guy who, again, this is his first time playing basketball in 2 years, but you can kind of count on him to, when the game's on the line, kind of take control and be the general? It's
great. It's phenomenal. Like I said, they're not going to go away from him. He's been great at closing games for us, whether it's with him scoring. And that time, those are big shots he had to hit to – wore down, hit the 2 threes, encouraged him in the timeout before that because he turned one down. He took a tough mid-range. He missed it, and he was kind of pressing. I said, man, we need you to shoot the 3. You're a good enough shooter, and don't turn a good shot into a bad shot. And he poked 2 good ones, and then he hit one of the big play was, it was kind of late, but it maybe took 8 to 11 when Andre's corner 3 off the penetration. It was a really big-time play. So he's been kind of doing that late in games, and that just gives you be able to close out games. Like I said, you've been following us for 5 years. I haven't changed that much, but it's nice to have someone you put the ball in the hands and can make a play. And still had we had a little stretch where we turned over 3 times late, but we can iron that one out too.
You mentioned kind of the closing out games, and it's just not the first time Andre's had a huge role in that. And I think, you look back over the last couple of years when he starts 0 for 3, he starts 0 for 4. That's oftentimes going to be his final stat line. No. It just doesn't seem like that's Andre anymore. He stays confident. I know you had to pull him at one point. He was having some struggles with Angel and with fouls. But, what does it kind of say, do you think, about his growth and his kind of experience that this is not the first time when you've needed him late, he's really stepped up?
Yeah, no, I think we've talked about Miles and Isaac that we don't talk enough about, but Andre really is kind of the glue. He's our captain. He's the 4th-year guy. He's been through these wars. You can tell. I wasn't worried about him. He missed some easy ones early. Had 2 offensive fouls. They were good calls, and then Angel was the end of the clock there. Angel's a good player, and spun and put in there his 3 fouls. So we had to go without him. We went back to him quite a bit of time. I think about 8 minutes left, and played great. And he made some big plays and rebounded. What he ended up with 6 rebounds, 2 offensive boards. He did a great job out there.
You mentioned Oscar's defense after the game on Thursday. Today he goes for 3 blocks and 3 more steals. What's been different about his defense recently? How's he pulling that off?
He's just kind of even more engaged defensively. I think he's kind of got the point guard brain and the big body back there. He sees a lot. He kind of maneuvers, tells people where to go. He's got really good hands. That's where he got the 3 steals. Like I think Renaud tried to drive mentally, tapped him from behind. Our defensive guru teaches that, and it's good. And it's with the big guys. And he got Carlisle late in the game, and he's got really good hands. He's got really good hand-eye, and like I said, 3 block shots, good brain, good. He's always in the right position, and he's huge. So he's just been terrific there for us.
Kamani gives you 15 minutes, which is probably his most in I don't know how long. Gives you 7 points, a banked-in 3. What's kind of his niche as the season kind of goes along, and what do you see out of him tonight?
You know what? He's been, I think, steady 15-plus like the last 4 or 5, and he's been good. He gives us really, I think overall he's -1 when we were out there, but that first stat when we had to rest Miles, it really was don't tell Miles. It was like, get a blow, but it's not going good out there. He got the lead going when we gave him a little rest there. So he gives us a passer. Like I said, the defender, good side. He did a good job defensively again. He's just a little different than the rest of our guys, but we can play through him. So and it's hard to I feel bad because I wanted Ruben to play more, and he did a good job. I said, Ruben's done nothing wrong. It's like, Ruben, you're great, and you've been great for us, but just that group was good, and Oscar played really well. And then Isaiah gave us good minutes too, even though it won't show, he didn't score a point, but we +10 when he's out there, he's in on that run, and gave us some good defense and quickness, and he's learning too,
7 points by Stanford off of turnovers in the first half and none in the second half. And then kind of in the same vein, no points off of fast breaks for Stanford. Sort of, where was that coming from defensively tonight?
Yeah, I think, we're normally pretty good there, but we were a little discouraged at halftime because we'd given up 7, and that kind of got them back in there. And when you're putting in the basket or getting the foul line, that helps a lot. And we got on the offensive glass, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're a really good defensive rebounding team. And so to get 13 offensive rebounds against them is awesome. And that'll stop your fast break too. That's another way to contain it instead of sprinting 5 guys back, sprint 5 guys forward and get some second shot opportunities.
Obviously, the number is still going to change probably, but as of right now, the attendance is 3,000 higher about than it was last game. What was that like today?
You know what? It wasn't much different. I think that was a misprint, to be honest. I mean that seriously, because I say if that's only what 2,700 was, that ain't right. We were good. So that lower bowl was filled up. Jim, what's the lower bowl?
We corrected Thursday's attendance to 3,700, so it went up by 1,000.
That's great. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I said like I thought I was a little broken. I was like, I thought it was good. It's great, and I think it's great. There's how many people live in this area? We had a good 20% of the town was here, so that's good. Whatever if you count it up, so it's good. It's a loud gym, even when there's not that many people there. It's all concrete and that old school, built in the 70s, early 80s, right there. 70s, yeah. It's got a big 70s feel to it, man, like Three Rivers or some of those Astrodome. A lot of concrete in here, man.
I talked about Andre Yakomowski stepping up and being your glue guy and being your team captain. How has he helped the team kind of adjust to league play and kind of filled in some of the guys that don't know how it goes? He
does not a big talker. He's a big doer. He's a big example guy, and no one since the day he set foot on this campus, no one has been more really professional about their preparation. And you're around people like that, and I think that's really important for. We doubled down on this last spring as far as, you got to get talent, you got to get players, but it's really important for us to get good character guys and high character guys, and then you see someone like that's been through the wars, just nothing but respect for him. I think it's really helped a guy like Miles, to be honest. It's just having an anchor. He's really an anchor, and just show what he absorbed from the guys before him, and he's taken it to another level, and right now this is the best team we've had in 5 years.
This week you win one game where it's wire to wire. You guys are really hitting on all cylinders all night, and then tonight you win one where you have to kind of grind out and dig deep. Obviously, you'd want every win to kind of be the Thursday version, but is it good to know that you can win games like this too?
Absolutely, and I think we've played a lot of close games here recently too that we've been able to even separate a little bit down the stretch. Like it's easily could be it's 8-point game that can go to 5, but we've taken them to 10, 12, and you get double-figure lead. And like I said, if we can run some half-court, nothing too sophisticated, but something to try to get that ball inside and play through those big guys, they're either going to have to double, and we should get a good look, or they're going to have to put us at the foul line, and that's good. You're not going to win them all by margins unless you're in there's some other teams that get some nights off. Not here, not in this league.
And then just going back to the attendance, just does having a crowd like that, having the fan support, feel like a culmination of all the work that you guys have done?
I said there's always a little lag, and we got to go hit the road this week, regardless of what those outcomes. I'm expecting 3 sellouts. To be honest, I think we'll have a great turnout for SC, and then UCLA still UCLA. I think that'll be a good one, and we'll finish it up with UW, but we're on the road for the next one.
Carlisle had over 30 that first time you guys played them and held well under that tonight. And then Tyson, in the Cal game as well, that first time compared to Thursday. What do you see from the guys as far as taking on a challenge like that when a player like that goes off once and then, hey, we're not going to let that happen again?
We've just improved a lot. I think a guy like like I said, like we got some young, really inexperienced guys at this level, and gosh, I've been waiting for the big regression. Hopefully we don't get it, we haven't. We've just actually, I've never been around a team really that's kind of like, I think it was a huge game for us was Boise. It's like we didn't know if we got Boise done, and I think it was right away, okay, we got it pretty good. And then, like I said, tried to pull it. We knew we were starting the toughest road trip, and we got to league, and we're up 6 with 10 minutes to go at Utah. I've talked about it a lot. Like, that's hard to do. I don't mean people be up, the last 10 minutes were ugly, but you've got and then just kind of like, hey, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. And then when you do it, they've kind of they start to expect to do it. At least that's what it feels like.
Coach, the first Stanford game was the Isaac and Miles show with 59 points. Today was the opposite with the most evenly balanced scoring you could have. Is this the kind of score sheet you'd like to see every game?
Sure. I like the one that has more points than the other. I'll take it either way. But yeah, I think if you were saying my druthers would be, the ball shared and you take the right shots or you're playing the right way. And we're not afraid to feed the hot hand either if someone's going good. But that's just they love each other, man. They play the right way. They pull for each other. So yeah, that's ideal.
Anything else for this, guys? All right. Go ahead.
Sorry, just not trying to move past this one too fast, but obviously a huge one with Arizona coming up. Just what's it going to take down there to get a win?
Well, we've done it before, but it's the hardest place to play in the country. They're gonna have obviously a really good crowd. They're gonna be going out there. You're gonna have to have to handle the onslaught of. There'll be a lot of juice in the building, and you're just gonna it's gonna be loud and crazy, and that's probably the number one challenge is can we handle that environment? But it's a privilege. Like I say, pressure is a privilege. We're going in a situation where they're not used to losing, and they're one of the top 5 teams. I don't know, in the palm and the net, they're top 5. So they're good at home, and they're fast, and they're athletic. So it'll be a big challenge, and they're big. Did I mention that? So we'll give it a good go. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I don't think we can mess with the tradition now. It seems to be working. So what's Costco hot dog and what to drink?
I have to go back to those bubblies, man.
Bubblies?
Yeah, I think so. Or aha. I'll go aha. I thought you were going to ask me about my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Super fan gave this to me. I need to get his name, but he catches me after. I know. He goes, Coach, you got to wear this. It gives you juju. And I said, I didn't have the heart to tell him that. I know him at Washington State. It's a football. We'll count it. Check. But man of the people, baby. Costco hot dog and a aha. We'll celebrate that. Someone gave me a cigar. I think I'm going to try that.